This Elden Ring series covers how to do all quests and missable content in order so that all choices and rewards will be available. For best results, follow this series from the start of Part 1. There will be spoilers in the form of important information, and as usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. We defeated the final boss in Part 8, and after picking an ending, there's nothing stopping you from going on to New Game Plus. However, in Part 9, I wanted to cover some remaining tasks to complete and items to collect, as well as other important info that you'll want to know before starting Journey 2. First, the remaining major bosses that give either achievements or trophies when defeated. There are 4 by my count. We will begin with the Ancestor Spirit, start at the Seofa Riverbank Site of Grace, then travel through the lower area of Seofa River, lighting the fires at 8 different altars along the way. After interacting with all 8 altars, a message will appear, power gathers somewhere in Horned Remains. Afterwards, head to the Hollow Horn grounds at the southeast corner of Seofa River. Find and interact with the glowing deer carcass to be transported to the Ancestor Spirit boss fight. This boss is fairly trivial, even at lower levels. When defeated, it will drop the Ancestral Follower Ashes and will unlock an achievement or trophy. We will then repeat a similar process for the Regal Ancestor Spirit. Start from the Ancestral Woods and run around the upper area of Seofa River, lighting the fires at a new set of 6 altars along the way. For anyone wondering, I used a different symbol to mark this set of altars on the map in order to avoid confusion. Once again, you'll get the same message after interacting with all 6 altars. Head for a different Hallowhorn grounds to the northeast of the Ancestral Woods Site of Grace, and interact with the glowing deer to face off with the Regal Ancestor spirit. It's a bit more difficult and flashy than the first incarnation, but it's still a cakewalk at our current level. Once defeated, you'll unlock the associated achievement or trophy, as well as the Remembrance of the Regal Ancestor. If you haven't already done so, return to the Seofra Aqueduct near the spot where Dee's twin brother was once found to face off with the duo Valiant Gargoyles. They should go down pretty easy and will drop a couple of gargoyle weapons as well as unlocking the associated achievement or trophy. That leaves just one more boss to contend with. Travel southwest along Ainsel River until reaching the downstream Site of Grace. From there, you'll need to curve around the proceeding river and travel a short distance north to a secluded area near Nokstella. Here you'll need to defeat the Dragonkin soldier of Nokstella, and it's very easy and will drop the Frozen Lightning Spear, a very cool incantation. In addition, it should be the final boss that has an associated achievement or trophy to unlock. The only achievements or trophies that might remain are those for the game's multiple endings. There's also a chest located nearby, and it contains a Great Ghost Glovewort. That brings us to the next part where I want to get the remaining Great Ghost Gloveworts, Grave Gloveworts, and Grave Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearings. There is only one more Great Ghost Glovewort, and it is super easy to get. Start from the Dynasty Mausoleum midpoint and backtrack into the preceding cavern. Immediately to the south, you'll find a pit full of undead. Move quickly past them to snag a Great Ghost Glovewort from its stock nearby. There were 2 other Great Ghost Gloveworts that we already got. One was obtained with the Fingerslayer Blade in Nokron, and the other was obtained from the Citadel within Nokstella. Now onto the remaining Great Grave Gloveworts. The only one we've gotten so far was near the Putrid Tree Spirit near the Drainage Channel Site of Grace in the Halig Tree. Apparently I've been mispronouncing Halig Tree this entire time. Besides that one though, there are 5 other Great Grave Gloveworts remaining. The first is located in the Giant Conquering Hero's Grave, which can be reached by traveling southwest from the Giant's Gravepost Site of Grace. Once you've gotten inside, head down the initial staircase, then turn and roll into a false wall to the west, revealing a hidden hallway. Leap through one of the windows near the end and travel into a new hall to the south. Use a crossbow to disable the flamethrower trap to the west and sprint down the hall, avoiding the flame monk in hiding. Shortly after, you'll arrive at a lift. Take it down, then trigger the lift again before stepping off it so that it rises back up. A new compartment will ascend from below. Pull the lever nearby, then step in the compartment, which will take you down to an even lower area. Avoid the 2 watchdogs and head down the east hall, climbing the ladder at the end. In this area, you'll find a fire prelate guarding a Great Grave Glovewort, along with the Giant Seal. I defeated the fire prelate and it dropped the fire prelate helm, but I'm not sure if it's a guaranteed drop. To escape this area, return to the basement chamber and head down the hall to the west side, where another ladder can be climbed to get back to the original room where we took the lift down from, the one with the large wooden gate. Since we are here, we might as well complete this dungeon. First, activate the lift once more and step off of it. This will move a light shining statue into the necessary position. Then, pull the lever to open the gate. You'll need to kite the shadow-cloaked troll back to that circle of light to remove the shadows. This will allow you to defeat it, opening the boss room door of the dungeon, which is a straight shot to the east. The ancient hero of Zamor boss will drop the Zamor curved sword along with the entire Zamor armor set. This next location is a pain to locate and an even bigger pain to get through, but there are two great grave Gloveworts waiting at the end. It's the Consecrated Snowfield Catacombs. To reach it, move northeast from the Consecrated Snowfield Grace. You should eventually pass by a caravan being pulled by two yetis. Keep sticking mostly to the east, but if you run into any blocks, turn more to the north and continue forward. Eventually, you'll find a dip towards the southeast with a path leading up to the entrance of the catacombs. Now, I think the reason why I hate this dungeon is because it forces you to take it slow. Trying to run past the enemies here is almost always punished. Start by eliminating the first sneaky imp, then use a ranged weapon to shoot the chill trap, which is then followed by another sneaky imp. South from the boss door is another chill trap you'll want to shoot from afar. Afterwards, dart down the hallway to the southwest, avoiding the two watchdogs from above. You may need to hit the chill trap again so it doesn't blast you while running down the hall. However, you'll want to make sure to turn back and hit the trap once more after reaching the end of the hallway before moving on. This will set it into a better position for the near future. In the next chamber, you can get the Elder Imp head by walking up the staircase. It'll be sitting in front of another watchdog. Double back and find the small passageway beneath the staircase, and take a moment to clear any imps that are following you, along with the Clean Wrought Knight. Make your way up to the north and eliminate another imp in hiding. Afterwards, carefully hop onto and activate the chill trap. This will take you to the lever that opens the boss door for this dungeon. All that's left is to return to the boss room and face off with the putrid Grave Warden Duelist. Compared to the dungeon we just had a fight through, I found it to be very easy. When defeated, it will drop two great Grave Gloveworts along with the rotten Gravekeeper Cloak. The final two great Grave Gloveworts are in Crumbling Farum Azula and are also much easier to get. Start at the Crumbling Beast Grave Depth Site of Grace. Move out the exit towards the west and leap to a nearby rooftop. Enter through a window to the nearby structure's upper level, then proceed to the end of it to get the Great Grave Glovewort. You can then hop down to safety near the ledge with a crumbled guardrail. For the last legendary Glovewort, start at the Dragon Temple Site of Grace. You can sprint jump to the west to reach a lower area, then make your way along a relatively short but precarious path. You'll eventually get to a tall ladder, and at the top, you'll find the final Great Grave Glovewort. Now let's get the remaining Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearings for the Grave Gloveworts. The first one is located at Wyndham Catacombs. To reach it, ascend the northern area of Wyndham Ruins in Altus Plateau. You'll find the catacombs entrance behind the final ruins tucked into the mountainside. Once inside, make your way down the initial hallway and lift, and through the guillotine trap room. You'll descend into a waterlogged area. Find and climb the ladder to the west, past the Lanedale Knight. If you have a stone sword key, you can use it to clear the nearby fog wall and grab the lightning scorpion charm on the other side. I, however, did not have a stone sword key. In the next room, sprint over the rising platform to reach the safe spot on the south side, then pull the boss door lever ahead. Double back, this time darting across to the safe spot on the north side. Once the platform has fully lowered, drop down onto it, then step off onto the lower safe area. You should be able to drop to a new area beneath the rising platform. This will take you to the secluded cell of the waterlogged area. Pull the lever to open the nearby gate, then retrace your steps towards the entrance to reach the boss room. Inside, you'll face off with the Erdtree Burial Watchdog boss, which will drop the Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing 1 when defeated. As you may recall, the Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing 2 is obtained by defeating the Putrid Tree Spirit at the end of the Giant's Mountaintop Catacombs, which we did back in Part 8 because that was also how we got one of the death roots for Garonk's quest. That just leaves the final Bell Bearing. Start from the Tempest-Facing balcony site of Grace. Travel southwest through the previous temple and activate the lift on the other side, taking it to a lower area. Make your way southeast past multiple enemies, find and climb the tall ladder near the east edge of the path. Once at the top, platform your way down to reach a new lower area. A gazebo sits at the southern edge. Inside, you'll find the Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing 3. Now, what you will definitely want to do before starting a new journey is stock up on ample Smithing Stones and Gloveworts. This is because the ability to purchase new items from the Twin Maiden Husks does not carry over to a new journey. Because of that, I try to buy enough of each upgrade material to upgrade at least 10 of the associated items to +9 quality. This will cost many runes, however we now have access to a very good farm method. First, redeem the Elden Remembrance for the Sacred Relic Sword through Finger Reader Enya. Then upgrade it to +9 at least. Then take it to the Palace Approach Ledge Road Site of Grace. The unique skill on the Relic Sword should completely wipe out the entire row of chubby Albinaurics and load you up with substantial runes. Rest at the Site of Grace, then repeat the process. You can increase the rate of rune farming by passing time until nightfall to farm, equipping the Gold Scarab Talisman, and using Gold Pickled Foul Feet. It will take about 30 minutes to an hour to get enough runes for all the upgrade materials you might want to take with you into a new journey. I went for 120 of each Smithing Stone, 10 of each Somber Smithing Stone, 10 of each Ghost Glovewort, and 10 of each Grave Glovewort. Having these upgrade materials will give you more freedom to try out new weapons and spirit summons in your next playthrough. I won't cover any remaining items in depth, but here is an overview of some other items and tasks to check off your list before going to New Game Plus. First are the Walking Mausoleums. There are 7 in total. You can duplicate a single remembrance within each one. Each specific remembrance can then be used to redeem one of 2 associated rewards from Finger Reader Enya, and only one of each reward can be redeemed in a given journey or playthrough, but I digress. If you plan to duplicate any remembrances from non-Shard Bearer bosses, so Malekith for example, make sure to do that at the 2 mausoleums near the Mausoleum compound Site of Grace in Liurnia. Those 2 mausoleums do not have bells and can only duplicate non-Shard Bearer remembrances. I also wanted to briefly cover important single pickup items. I call them single pickups because once they are picked up in the open world, they will not reappear in new journeys with that same character to be picked up again. Specifically, I am referring to the 8 memory stones, 20 cracked pots, 10 ritual pots, and 10 perfume bottles in the game. Then there are the dozens of cookbooks which follow the same rules. While I wanted to cover those all here and now, I think this guide series has gone on long enough, and all those items will take a fair amount of time to go through. Instead, I will have to leave those for all of you to find through your own explorations. I wanted to take a moment to sincerely thank each and every one of you that has stuck through this guide series of massive proportions. You have all helped me and Marshmallow do what we love to do, so again, thank you. I'm thinking of doing guides for a couple of new games in the future. You can find those over on my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. There are other ways you can support the channel too. The Marshmallow merch store features professional Elden Ring inspired designs of your favorite fluff ball, and we also have a channel membership now. By pledging $3 a month, you'll get a custom badge that upgrades over time to let others know you're an MVP, along with priority response to your comments and questions from me. That's my spiel. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Friday and a great weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.